So today I'm going to be talking about another cartoon that I watched on Nickelodeon as well, which is another one you guys have been requesting me to talk about on the channel. So today we're going to be talking about El Tigre. And I really liked El Tigre. I thought it was a really fun show. Even though it lasted for one season, I still had a lot of fun with it when it came to the sort of series it was and what it really brought to the table, because back then when it came to a lot of Nickelodeon cartoons, there was always something different. When you're sitting down on your couch, flipping the channels, seeing what's on television, there was always something I happened to stumble across when it came to a lot of these Nickelodeon cartoons, and El Tigre was another one of those cartoons as well. And within this video itself, I just want to show my appreciation for El Tigre, talk about the kind of series it is, as well as other topics within this video itself. So this should be a fun video because I love going back in time and talking about all these different kinds of cartoons that I watched as a kid. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So when I first watched El Tigre, I was captivated by its approach to the superhero story, which felt entirely different from anything else at the time. Because most superhero shows followed a predictable pattern. Heroes defeat villains, save the day, and everything resolves neatly. El Tigre took a different approach, and the story follows Manny Rivera, a 13-year-old boy in Miracle City who can transform into the superhero El Tigre using a magical belt buckle. And what set it apart was Manny's constant struggle to choose between being a hero, like his father Rodolfo, known as the White Pantera, or a villain like his grandfather Puma Loco. This focus on personal conflict gave the show a depth that went beyond typical battles. And I appreciated how the show portrayed Manny as a realistic young character making difficult decisions. He wasn't a flawless hero. He often stumbled, sometimes tempted by the allure of villainy. These moments felt relatable to me because I faced times where I wanted to take this simpler path, and this show uses Manny's choices to explore questions of right and wrong, making his journey both engaging and meaningful. It wasn't just about action, it was about discovering one's identity and values. And the setting of Miracle City also contributed to the narrative's uniqueness. It was a chaotic, crime-filled place that felt like a character in itself, with bustling markets and constant danger. The animation, created using Adobe Flash, had a sharp comic book style that made every scene visually striking. The fight scenes were fast-paced and tied to the characters' emotions and decisions, adding that energy to the story. This combination of action and character-driven storytelling distinguished El Tigre from other superhero shows, which often prioritize spectacle over substance. I believe this innovative approach is a major reason El Tigre deserved more appreciation. It trusted its audience, both children and adults, to engage with complex ideas like morality and identity. Few shows at the time took such a bold approach, making El Tigre feel ahead of its time. I wish it had more seasons to further explore Manny's growth and continue redefining the superhero genre for younger viewers. One of the other reasons El Tigre is so special to me is how it brought Mexican-American culture to life in a way that felt genuine and vibrant. Created by Jorge Gutierrez and Sandra, equihua, a husband and wife team, the show drew directly from their Mexican heritage and experiences growing up in Mexico and the United States. Manny Rivera was inspired by Jorge's childhood, and Miracle City was modeled after cities like Tijuana and Mexico City. His personal connection made the show feel like a heartfelt celebration of culture, something I rarely saw in cartoons when I was younger. And the show was filled with details that reflected Mexican traditions and aesthetics. The art style was influenced by Mexican folk art with bold colors and intricate patterns that gave Miracle City a lively, distinctive look. Music blended mariachi, Latin rhythms, and rock, creating a dynamic atmosphere that matched the show's energy. Cultural elements like references to Day of the Dead traditions were woven into the story in a way that felt natural and engaging. And as a viewer, I found these touches fascinating because they introduced me to a culture in a way that was both entertaining and respectful. And at the core of this cultural representation was the Rivera family. Manny's relationship with his father, Rodolfo, his grandfather, Puma Loco, and his mother, Maria, depicted a Mexican-American family with love, humor, and occasional disagreement dynamics I could relate to in my own life. The show also highlighted Pacific cultural values such as Maria's emphasis on compassion and the family's pride in their heritage. For many viewers, especially those from similar backgrounds, seeing a Mexican-American boy as the hero of a superhero show was significant. It affirmed that their stories were important, which is incredibly meaningful. And I believe El Tigre deserved more recognition for its authentic representation. It was groundbreaking for a Nickelodeon show in 2007 to so proudly center Mexican-American culture, setting a precedent for more diverse stories in animation. I wish it had continued to inspire creators and audience alike, because for me, El Tigre was an opportunity to appreciate a culture through a story I loved, and that's a quality I'll always cherish. And what's still disheartening to think about El Tigre was the fact that it only lasted one season. The show premiered on March 3rd, 2007 and ran for 26 episodes until its cancellation on September 13th, 2008. And from what I learned, the cancellation stemmed from challenging competition and network priorities. El Tigre aired during a period when SpongeBob SquarePants dominated Nickelodeon's ratings, attracting massive audiences. Although El Tigre won 5 Daytime Emmy Awards, including Outstanding Animation Program, in 2008. It just didn't match SpongeBob's viewership, and I find this frustrating because the show's worth isn't solely measured by ratings, it's about its impact and potential. And the cancellation was a significant loss for both the creators and fans like me. George has shared that El Tigre was a deeply personal project, and its end led him to create other works such as The Book of Life. And while I'm thankful for these projects, I can't help but imagine what El Tigre could have achieved with more time. The show hinted at deeper stories such as the origins of the Rivera family's powers and the complexities of Miracle City's villains. I wanted to see Manny grow, perhaps make definitive choices about his future, or explore Frida's role as his loyal friend. The series had only begun to tap into its potential. Adding to the disappointment, El Tigre was gaining a dedicated audience before its end. Its growing cult following is evident today, with fans on platforms like X, for example, expressing their continued admiration and George sharing updates about the show's legacy. 2024, George even mentioned about a potential Netflix movie being discussed in 2018, but that didn't move forward as Netflix prioritized other projects around the time. And this showcases the missed opportunities for El Tigre to reach a wider audience. And I believe the show wasn't given enough time to fully establish itself, especially since it offered a fresh perspective compared to Nickelodeon's typical programming. But for me though, El Tigre deserved more seasons because it had the creativity, heart, and vision to become a landmark series, similar to other series like Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's premature and left a void in animation that few shows have filled. And I hope sharing this video encourages others to discover or revisit El Tigre and recognize why its worth is worth celebrating. It's a reminder that some shows, even if short-lived, definitely do leave a lasting impact. So those are my thoughts when it comes to El Tigre. I really like this show. I thought it was so cool, and it's unfortunate, just like other Nickelodeon cartoons, because it isn't just this one, that it wasn't able to fully spread its wings and really take off and become something. And I really wish that there was like an alternate universe where I can see exactly what El Tigre could have done around the time to really make a difference and grow beyond where it was around the time when it initially came out. But now I'm gonna leave the ball in your corner, and I want to ask you guys, how do you feel about El Tigre? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Is there anything in specific that you guys want to mention about this series that I didn't talk about within this video, or just anything in general as a whole? Be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. And if you guys enjoy the content on this channel, as always, be sure to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Be sure to follow me on my social media when it comes to my X, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, so you guys can see what I do outside of YouTube. All the links to those are located in the description below. Be sure to join my Discord server. The link to that is pinned in the comment section, just in case you want to talk to me and other people about video games, horror, cartoons, TV shows, movies, etc., so on. It will automatically direct you there so you can join and talk to all of us on there. So be sure to do so if you are interested. Other than that, be sure to click on that bell for notifications so you guys can get updates just like this one whenever a new video drops. And I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic day, wherever the day may be, if it's the daytime, the nighttime, or the evening. And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.